Whee! Okay. Sliding into place. I never have enough room. And I think I'm sitting on mine. Oh, yep, sitting on the headset. Cause I'm pretty. Okay, getting everything into order. Getting the headsets on. Turning that down. Okay. Hello, everybody. So, yeah, I've been working on a couple of different pieces, and oddly enough, made a lot of headway with this current piece that I'm working on. And so I've been trying like different techniques, and usually the paints I use are Castile Farber, or I think McCormick is the other one. And those are wonderful. They're great. It's got a lot of color to them. It sticks really hard. But I'm actually kind of enjoying these new paints that I'm using because they don't stick quite so heavily. They're a little bit lighter. So yeah, they take a little bit more work and layering, and that means I can actually put in more shading and get a little bit more stuff done. Excuse me as I readjust. I can't be quite that close. So yeah, turn that a little bit. So yeah, this is the piece I've been working on, and to me this is like a social commentary. That's why I'm going to be adding in a few more details here and there, maybe a little bit more shadow and shade. But yeah, I love this piece. Just kind of, it started off as one thing, it just kind of morphed, which is kind of nice. Because yeah, I like to do a lot of fun stuff, a lot of tongue in cheek stuff that has double meaning, hidden meaning, inside jokes, that kind of stuff. Um, but with this one, I really wanted to get a bit more in depth, which is not always the easiest thing to do when you're doing a commentary piece on something like this, because most people just see it and go, "Oh, big boobs. It's a lewd piece, or it's a risque piece. It's a cheesecake, whatever." And I'm like, no, this has a bit more to it. But whether or not people see that becomes a slightly different, um, very different thing. Of course, my style is not like everybody else's style, because it's my style. So how's everybody doing today? Yo, hello, my Facebook family. How do you do? if y'all don't know A. Dawn Wolf, she is an amazing artist and a friend of mine, and she is absolutely worth checking out because she does some amazing stuff. Like, honestly, I love getting to catch up when I have the chance, which unfortunately has not been much lately, but I love being able to catch up on her comic book that's online called Zombie Ranch. And it is an awesome, awesome, awesome read. It's post apocalypse. They've more or less got zombies under control. They are actually useful to the economy. Um, but yeah, her main character is a zombie rancher, and it goes through like the trials, the tribulations, the madcap, zany hilarity that they have with the fans, but also a lot of kind of true to life subject matter when it comes to like, okay, well, now you have to make rules for this kind of thing. What do we do when the zombie apocalypse hits? What's the game plan? And honestly, if you want to thank anybody for getting me into um, art, I would definitely say blame that on her. Because she pushed me to try to do more with my art. And honestly, that I just, I want to thank her every day for that because years ago, I don't think I would be able to do this, but, you know, she made me at least try. So, yeah. Oh, is it? Sorry, I didn't realize my mic is all muffled, and of course, I'm not speaking loudly. Okay, there we go. There we go. Oh, I'm not plugged in. Oh, I'm so pretty. Like, I thought I was plugged in. Sorry about that. It would help. Okay, there we go. Hopefully that helps. Yeah, it's routed through that. Uh, there are days that I'm just too pretty for my own good. Do, do, do. So yeah. Yay! Okay, awesome. Sorry about that. But yeah, just to me, this is social commentary. And I like my social commentary to be a little bit funny at first and then make people kind of think the more they look at it. So I'm actually calling this anti-gen um, because I'm making commentary about how Zillennials, millennials, Zoomers, basically the generations from about born in 80 forward, are getting blamed for a lot of shit. And, everything from the death of the diamond industry, avocado toast, Tide Pods. I mean, just everything is kind of piled on. And it's like, you're damned if you do, and you're damned if you don't. So this generation, these generations, they've been accused of being more gay because it's trendy, and it's like, no, more of us are queer because it feels safer to come out now, and we have more support. We're constantly told that we're lazy, we're sloppy, we're slovenly, and in the same turn, oh, well, you do too much, you're too extra, too over the top, that kind of thing. So it's like, well, what are we? Are we lazy and don't do shit? Or are we constantly working our asses off, having like 50 billion side hustles, creating our own
art, our own industries, our own sense of self. And like a lot of artwork, especially when it comes to women, um, there's this there's this tendency to kind of pull away, to shy away, to even, look down. It's averting your gaze, your stare, and it plays very much to, yeah, exactly. We are, we're horrible if we stand up for ourselves. But yeah, it's like so much of art is for the male gaze. And it discounts that, hey, maybe we're doing this for ourselves. This is for her. She doesn't avert her gaze. She doesn't look away. She doesn't look demure or soft. She's got her hair dyed. She is very much in control of herself. It's about her. It's not about anybody else. And it's like people want to judge for, being chubby, for being busty, for wearing skimpy clothing. At the same point in time, I think most of the generations coming up are really tired of being told what to do, and so they're bucking the trends by being very forward, over the top, and not shying away from uh, sometimes being salacious. Yes, yes, I saw that post. I saw that post. Um, so yeah, I'm sometimes I have to cross chat it, but um, one of my followers on Twitch pointed out a very wonderful analogy, that when you have a statue who's posed and you can look at them, when you can gaze at them, oh, they're statuesque, they're beautiful, they're this, that, and the other. It's interesting the flow, and look at what this sculptor did to the stone to make it so beautiful. But the moment you put a mirror or a piece of beauty culture into her hands, you get so many more people saying, "Oh, look! Oh, it must be a commentary on how vain she is." And it's like, being beautiful, putting on makeup, doing your eyebrows or whatever you want to do for yourself is not wrong. But yet we are made to feel like not enough and then doing too much, all in the same thing. So yeah, oh, I love that. I love that. But yeah, just I just started drawing this piece and I didn't exactly know where it was going to go at first, but this is what the paper spoke to me, and I was like, yeah, let's do this. Honestly, I'm trying to decide if I want to put more in here. It's not exactly needed, um, per se. But at the same point in time, I know something's got to go. Hence the reason I'm also kind of chattering on, because giving my brain a little bit extra time to think it over. Right? Yeah. So yeah, the question does become: is beauty only for the benefit of others, um, or is it for yourself? And sometimes I dress for other people, but a lot of times I'm dressing for myself. Mostly because I haven't found a lot of the. I mean, okay, 50% of the time I'm dressing just to have clothing on, because you get arrested if you don't. Yeah, there half the time I'm usually wearing something that fits in to normal polite society. But I really want to either find or make clothing that fits my personality, that I can simply wear because that's what I like to wear. I don't know if society's gonna be ever so happy with that though, because um hey, let's put it lightly, I'm a fat woman and I know it. And what I want to wear may not be deemed polite or um, something that I should wear, which, there's that point that comes along that you're just like, fuck it. I I'm gonna dress for me because why the hell am I dressing for anybody else? Yeah, I'm a fat black woman who, according to so many people, speaks as if I am white, because that's my tone and affect, um, but has no problem raising the level of my voice or being aggressive if need be. But of course, the moment I open my mouth, I'm seen as aggressive, even if this is the tone I'm talking in. I have had so many people, especially if I'm like typing or, like doing an elongated post, who, who, they're like, oh, you just need to calm down. You're so angry. I'm like, no, I've literally just been listing facts and citing sources, and I mean, you can't even see my face. What makes you think I'm upset? So, after a while I started realizing exactly who thought I was upset. And yeah. Yeah. It was telling. Yeah. Well, and it's because we have subtle implicit biases that have been ingrained in how we think of people. Because when I'm out and about, uh, people can mistake me for any number of ethnicities, whether they like that ethnicity more or less or whichever. But I get mistaken for whatever. So yeah, it's the implicit biases that we have uh, ingrained, and we have to actually work to break some of those. Which it's coming. It's just sometimes a little bit slow. A little bit slow. But yeah, shit happens. So yeah, the the color palette that I'm using is called, or I'm sorry, the maker I should say is Prang, Prang, and I have to say I actually enjoy their um their colors because it doesn't go on like heavy. I actually have to work to make it dark, which I'm a touch heavy-handed at times. So, yay. Paint that makes me work for it. Let's see. So I'm working on finishing out this piece because I'd really like to get a couple of my art pieces digitized so I can make them into stickers. Um, I am. Ooh, yes. That means I'm going to be working on coloring these in. I think I need to work on a story arc for a comic book because I really want to put some of these ideas into motion. And oh, there we go. Also, let's see. Well, the next couple months are going to be interesting because I've got some things that are kind of shifting around, and that could put me in new places, which will be fun and exciting, and hopefully that will mean that I can do that. Oh yes. Well, yes. You and I on creative. I'm sorry, I forget sometimes. Yes, I'm speaking to a full audience, not just person. Um, on Creative Automaton and I are working on a line of clothing. Right now, we're in the kind of like the design phase where we're talking everything over. What specs do we need? All that kind of good stuff. And it's going to be women's workwear, but actually making it functional for women who are in the same dangerous positions as men are. So painters, welders, good solid hard blue collar jobs that do require some specialty wear. And we've got this really good flow going. I've got a really clear idea of what I'm going to be designing for, which is awesome. That always helps so much when you're not the only one uh, developing it, and you can get some push and pull and some feedback. That I love a bit of feedback. That makes my life so much easier because it's easy to get inside my own head. But yeah, I can't wait to see where this all goes. See how far we get when we can get everything lined up. And I honestly think it'll make a difference because we're going to do something very different with the sizing. So, yeah. I can't wait because for once somebody has the same thought process as me is, hey, we're going to do sizing that makes sense instead of we're going to make sizing that, fits what everybody else has put out, which is non-standardized and really hard to remember and, always constantly moving and whatnot. So, yep. Hello, hello, hello all. How are you doing? How are you doing? Feel free to jump in as I'm finishing this out. So yeah, hopefully we can slowly start showing stuff in the next week or two. Might give you like little hints here and there of what we're doing, but nothing direct. Honestly, it'll be nice to see something that was built by women, made for women. Yeah, no, I hear you. I think everybody's wearing a little bit thin at this point, and it's difficult. It's not easy because we are social creatures by habit. even if you're introverted, you tend to be more social than you think. But at the same point in time, I mean, this thing is it's swinging for the fences. I'll have to admit that. It's even I was a little bit cavalier when it first came out. I'm like, oh, it just looks like a slightly bad version of the flu. Yeah, no, no, I'd like to amend my first thought process because no, it definitely ain't just the flu. Yeah, no, I hear you. I mean, I'm a delivery driver and I'm worried every time I go out. Like, I went out yesterday and the weather is all over the place down here. And, I'm in and out of a car. So, of course, after a while, you can probably hear just a little bit in my voice. My voice starts to sound a little bit weird. And people like kind of look at you when you have a rasp to your voice. And it's nothing more than, oh, it's my freaking my body doesn't like this, but hey, we got to work and I've got to have a mask over my face, which makes it freak out. So yeah, I have to yell to actually be heard. And yeah, just it stresses everybody out. To say the least, it stresses everybody out. But, we're going to make it through. Mostly cuz we have to. Ooh, almost lost my palette there. Yeah, exactly. Oh my god. So I'm not the only one because I'm just like, do do I have it? Is is this my time? Is this gonna where's this gonna go? Like, no, it's nothing. It's always nothing. But of course, it's like, okay, do I need a toddy? Uh, make sure that I'm sleeping upright. Okay, I've got my inhaler over here. Like it's like being on constant watch um for something that could go wrong because you have to take it seriously because the people who didn't take it seriously, it's coming back to bite them, which is not a good thing. Exactly. And I mean, I have roommates here, so I always worry not just for my safety, but like, oh my goodness, even though I'm taking all the precautions and whatnot, what if? Because I'd hate to pass it off to anybody else. But hey, that's on having empathy, right? We'll make it through. We will make it through. We can do this. If anybody has any questions, do feel free to like wing them at me. This isn't necessarily an overly long stream. I'm still figuring out which stream, what time of day works best, length, time, all that kind of good stuff. But also, I really wanted to show some of the artwork that I've been working on. Do, do, do. Do, do, do. Ugh. Do, do, do. Yes. Ooh. This is yeah, so yeah, printer paper isn't great for coloring books, but you can get slightly heavier weight and that makes like a world of difference, and I love it. But yeah, like everybody needs a good adult coloring book page now and again. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Honestly, I think overall I am good on this. I might go back once this is dried and put some marker to it to give it a little bit more definition. But yeah, overall I think I'm very happy with this. Yeah, color pencil is actually mildly erasable. So as long as you haven't like really put down a heavy layer, yeah. Yes, yes it is. Because we get blamed for like, oh, music's not what it's like, what it used to be. It's all just this pop music, and we make things popular like BTS, like Blackpink, stuff that is from around the world, and some of it's good, some of it's not. It is what it is, but we're like, we are one of the generations. It's like, let's look outside of what is just given to us. Let us look at stuff like um uh Korean pop, J-pop, all the different kinds of things. What can we get our hands on that is new, that is different? Yes, there are colored pencils that are specifically erasable, and they're quite nice actually. I've seen them in work, or at work I should say, and they look awesome. Oh yes, we're absolutely way more aware of global issues and global um nuances, because we have the we have the world at our fingertips in many ways, in many respects, because of the technology uh, we have access to, um, which can make you a little bit blind because, ooh, you got all these fun shiny things in front of you, so you pay attention to that. And the same point in time, um, you're now able to see disparities a lot easier. Um, but of course, so much information is out there that you could become rather blind to a situation, or you could fall in for misinformation. So yeah, we have to be careful now about the stuff I mean, we always have to be careful now, but I mean, now it's so easy to go, oh, this looks credible and whatnot, and not do due diligence and really look it over, and end up picking out sources that are like highly biased. And I'll admit, I've done it where I've posted something and it turned out, yeah, it was highly biased. It had information in it. I should have done my due diligence. But yeah, it's like, we as a society and just as a generation going forward, we are far more global than the generations before us, because of technology, because we are, talking to the people who came over, who emigrated, who set up their shops, their clothing, their music, their foods. We talk to those people a lot more, and we can get friends around the world in almost nothing flat. So I'm in America, but I talk to people who are in England, who are in Australia, who are in uh, Canada. Like, I can talk to people literally around the world and make friends with them and learn about the issues that they face and the stuff that they go through so much faster, so much quicker, so much easier than, say, my parents' generation or my grandparents' generation. So, yeah, it's like, it's pretty impressive on some levels. A little daunting at times, but overall, it is a beautiful and wonderful thing because I would much rather have the expansive global goodness going on. So yeah. So I don't know if I need to do an entire write-up on my piece, but I think I might do some amount of write-up for that piece. Because there's a lot of commentary and a lot of subtext and nuance that goes to this. And I should probably, if nothing else, sign it. Okay. Yay. But yes. I'm actually really happy with this piece. For once, I didn't cram everything that was in my brain onto the paper. Because I do have that habit. But yes. So let's see. Tomorrow is Tuesday. If I'm feeling up to it, I might do a earlier cast as well as a later cast. But I believe if you're going by my Twitch scheduling, you'll see that I'm scheduled later on in the day. Let me go up and make sure. Yeah, so it does show me as being on later. So yay. Okay. See, I'm tweaking little things here and there. If you guys happen to have suggestions or things you go, hey, look, this is like really awesome. This is really great. It works really well. Could you do XYZ? Hey, I'd love to be able to, I don't know, see more things. What are your goals? That kind of stuff. Let me know, because I often do rely on you guys to kind of give me a little insight on what you see, what you want, and how to make everything better. Because hey, I'm just here, and honestly, it looks very different from my angle than it does from somebody else's. Thank you all so much for showing up. I got to bounce out myself. I will be working on different things throughout the week. I will try and let you guys know what's going on and post up for it. So, thank you so much. Love you all. Have a good one. Bye.